Hello friends, today we are going to continue chapter number 9, fundamental rights, fundamental duties and directive principle of state policy. Friends, up to now in this chapter we have discussed about what is fundamental rights, what is human rights, what are its importance. We also discussed that these rights are important for the all-round development of any human beings. Looking at the benefits and the importance of these human rights, our constitutional framers incorporated these rights into our constitution, which were known as fundamental rights. We discussed that there are total 6 fundamental rights that has been given to each and every citizen of India. Right to equality, right to freedom of religion, right to cultural and education, right against exploitation, then right to freedom and right to constitutional remedies. Friends, we also discussed about the fundamental duties after that. That as the fundamental rights are given, in the same way, certain duties are allotted to each and every citizen, which becomes the moral duty of every citizen to follow for the welfare and to maintain unity and integrity of the nation. After understanding the 11 fundamental duties, we also discussed about what is directive principle of state policy. In the previous lecture, we discussed about the directive principle of state policy. Directive principle of state policy is one kind of direction that is given by the constitution to the state and the central government to administer the state for the welfare of the people. This is one kind of suggestion. These are one kind of directions that are given to the central and the state government to administer, to run the government, to run the state in a proper manner. We discussed that these directive principles are given in different sections, like all the principles related to economic policies, another was principles related to social policies, third one was principles related to international politics, international and politic policies. We discussed about fourth one, that was policies related to culture and science, and the fifth one was policies related to health. Friends, today we learn about the topic that we are going to cover is we learn about one of the section, that is the policies related to economics of directive principle. So friends, the topic that we are going to cover, directive principles, directive principle related to, it is related to economic policy, economic and social policies. Friends, today the topic that we are going to cover, that is we are going to learn about the two policies, the two sections of these directive principles. First is, let us start with the first one, that is the directive principles that is related to economic policies. Directive principle that is related to economic policies. Let us do one by one. If we talk about the first policy, it is said equal distribution of wealth and resources, equal distribution of wealth and resources among all classes. It is for the sake of welfare of the citizens. Equal distribution of wealth and resources among all classes for the welfare of the citizens should be done. Friends, the very first suggestion according to the economic policy related to economy, here it is said all the wealth that is present in our country, all the resources that are present, that should be distributed equally among all classes of people for the welfare of the citizen of our country. That is the first one. Let us understand the second suggestion, that is state. Here the state means the government. Here whenever the word state comes, that means the government. State should see that the assets and the production. State should see that the assets and the production of the resources do not get, all the resources that do not get distributed only to certain group, or section of the society. Friends, here it is said even the state should take care, it should look after that the valuable assets means the valuable things. Here it is said the state should take care that the valuable assets and the production of resources, whatever is made in the state, should be distributed in such a way that it should be distributed among all classes of people. It should not be distributed only among some people. That is the second suggestion. Third, equal pay for equal work. Equal pay should be given for equal work for both men and women should be given. The third suggestion that is related to money, that is equal pay for equal work. If equal work is given to both men and women, then equal pay should be given to both of them. There should not be discrimination on the basis of gender, that is male or female. That is the third suggestion. Fourth one, provisions should be made for good health. Provisions should be made for good health of laborers. Provisions, such steps should be taken to take care of the health of the laborers. At times, due to financial burden, men, women and even young children, men, women and even young children take up work at places. They take up work at such places which are highly unhygienic. These are highly unhygienic, or where health is compromised, or where the health is compromised. This should not happen. This should not happen. Friends, the fourth suggestion is that steps should be taken for the good health of the laborers, so that at times, due to financial burden, all the men, women, or even the young children do not have to work at such an area which is totally unhygienic for their health, or which can be dangerous, which compromise with their health. This should not happen. Fifth, state should provide cooperation in administration. State should provide cooperation in administration of industrial units by laborers. Here we said even state should provide cooperation. Government should cooperate in the administration work of the industrial unit by labor. Then sixth, principles should be developed by the state. Principles should be developed by the state for providing. Principles should be made by the state for providing protection to children and youth, to provide protection to children and youth against exploitation, again any kind of exploitation, and against moral and material abandonment, moral and material abandonment, so as to make them live, in a healthy and dignified environment. Here it is said principle means rules should be made by the government to protect the children and the youth people against any kind of exploitation that is going on, and to save them from moral and material abandonment, means the atrocities, हैरानगति जिसे कहते हैं, so as to make them so that they can live in healthy and dignified environment. Now number 7, relief should be given, relief and leave at the time of delivery. Relieve and leave at the time of delivery. It should be provided for woman, should be provided for woman. Workers insurance bonus, workers insurance bonus. Maternity leave, then gratuity, maternity leave, gratuity, and other legal rights should be included in the policy. The seventh suggestion is there that relief should be given, leave should be given at the time of delivery for the woman's facilities like worker insurance, maternity leave, bonus, gratuity. Such kind of other types of rights of the laborers should be included in these policies. Number 8. Policies should be made to organize. Here we said policies should be made to organize agricultural and animal husbandry Policies should be made to organize agriculture and animal husbandry on modern and scientific lines. A draft should be drawn for the livestock breeds like donkeys, bullocks, cows, and other useful milk producing cattle to prohibit their slaughters mean to kill them. Friends, here we said that rules should be made to organize agriculture and animal husbandry, means to keep the animals at modern and scientific way. In the modern and scientific way, a draft should be drawn to keep the livestock very safe, like to keep safe the breeds of donkeys, cows, bullocks, and other useful milk producing cattle that can, and we also need to make some rules to prohibit their slaughters, means the people who are killing these animals. Now, ninth policy, that is equal legal rights should be equal legal rights should be provided to all. Equal legal rights should be provided to all. State should make provisions. State should make provisions. State should make provisions to provide free legal services to the citizens. Free legal services to the citizens who are financially weak. Who are financially weak. Who are financially weak and are unable to afford. Here it said equal legal rights should be provided for all states and they should make provision to provide legal services to all the citizens that are related to financially, who are the financially weak and they are unable to afford such kind of services. So the state should take care of all that things. So this was the directive principle related to economic policy. Now understanding about the social policies. Now friends, the second, that is directive principles related to social policies. Let us understand the directive principle that is related to social policy. Here it is said, the state should see that the weaker, here it is said, the state should see that the weaker section of the society, weaker section of the society, the state should see that the weaker section of the society, that is the scheduled caste or the scheduled tribes and backward class also get educational as well as economic rights. Friends, here it is said, the government should see that even the weaker section of the society, that is the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe or the backward section of the society, should also be treated equally in the society. So they should get equal education and economic right. They should be protected against social exploitation. They should be protected against social exploitation and injustices. They should be protected against social justices and then states should be concerned. State should always be concerned for providing uniform civil code, uniform equal civil code should be given for all the citizens of the country. Equal uniform civil codes, equal rules should be made for each and every citizen of the country. Societies should take steps for administering, societies should take steps for administering social justice in the matters of marriages, in the matter of, that is, marriage, divorce, adoption, marriage, divorce, then adoption, then juvenile, that is about the children, friends, adoption, juvenile, assets and properties, assets and properties, assets as well as properties. Societies should take such kind of administrative social justice to be given to each and every people in the matter of marriages, divorce, adoption, juvenile means the children, assets means valuable things, and the properties as well. The state should make provisions to provide, the state should make provisions to provide support and educating and also educating people in matters like, in the matters like right to employment, in right to employment, old age illness as well as, or inauspicious situations, or inauspicious situations, poverty, etc. Last point, it is said the state should make such kind of provisions to provide support, and they should educate people in the matters like rights of employment, old age illness, and inauspicious situation if there is any death of someone, and poverty. In such kind of situation, people should also made strong and support should be given by the government. So friends, this was the directive principle related to social policies. We will learn about the other three in our next lecture. Thank you.